Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is time, at long last, for me to finally read Berserk. So, it won the manga poll by a landslide, to no one's surprise. And here we are. So, a couple of things that I'll address first in this intro. So, stick around for a bit, because you kind of need to hear this, because otherwise you're gonna jump straight into the reaction and you're gonna be surprised, like, what the fuck? How does he know? So, I am not completely blind when it comes to Berserk. And more specifically, I am not blind to the Golden Age arc at all. I have seen bits and pieces of the 90s anime adaptation. I've seen all three Golden Age arc movies that they release more recently, though I think I've only seen them like once, and that was like years ago. So there are some elements that are obviously omitted from the adaptation, so I'm not getting the full picture. But if we're just talking about like the main plot beats of the Golden Age arc, then yeah, I pretty much know what exactly happens in the Golden Age arc. Maybe not to the fullest extent that the manga can provide, but overall, I do know what's going to happen with the Golden Age arc, and I only know what happens in the Golden Age arc. Everything else before and after are a mystery to me. That part I am completely blind, and that should be the part that you should be more excited about. So, jumping into Berserk, I do know that we start Berserk sometime like in the present, if you will. So, I haven't read it yet, but when I do open the Berserk manga after this intro, I'm pretty sure I will be presented with, I guess, the prologue, if you will, and from then we're gonna jump back into the past, and that is where the Golden Age arc begins, and then we're gonna continue back on into the present. So all of the present stuff I know nothing about, and once again, like I only know about the Golden Age arc, which I'm sure most of you who are watching are probably most excited about the Golden Age arc. Like, oh yeah, I can't wait for you to reach the eclipse, for example. Like, I already know what happens. But it will be interesting and exciting to revisit that again, especially now I am experiencing it in full, right? And that's like the one thing that I should preface the most. While I do know the main plot beats of the Golden Age arc, it doesn't mean that I remember everything that happened. More specifically, I don't remember much about these specific character moments. Well, I do know what happens to them, but more important, but the thing that I'm trying to say is that the character development, the writing, some of their reasonings on why they acted that way are things that I am mostly kind of cloudy on. Like, there are some things that I think is the case, but most often than not, especially because the medium that I consume the Golden Age arc aren't exactly the fullest of stories, then yeah, I feel like there's like a couple of things that I'm missing out on, and I cannot wait to actually get the full context on it when I do read the manga. So I guess for the first couple of videos in this reaction series, don't expect me to be completely blind again. Just being as transparent as possible, because I know some people really want to, see my reaction to the Golden Age arc. That's it's also something that I'm noticing. Like, a lot of Berserk fans, especially when like new people are venturing into Berserk, I don't know, like a lot of them, I see most of them excited for the Golden Age arc, but I don't see them talk about like the other arcs as much. Why? I don't know. I mean, knowing what happens in the Golden Age arc, I can kind of see why, but like, surely there's more to Berserk than that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see the other arcs being talked about as much. And I guess that's a good thing for me, because that means I have no idea what to expect moving forward. But yeah, it does. I do wonder like how the viewership is gonna go, especially with this series. Like I am predicting that maybe once we reach the Golden Age arc, and probably once we reach like the end of the Golden Age arc, there's gonna be a spike in viewership. But after that, it's probably gonna dip down again. Maybe. So that's pretty much it when it comes to like my short little intro, just to give you guys a bit of an expectation to expect. Like I pretty much already talked about this when I started the manga poll. Like, hey, I'm putting Berserk. I'm not completely blind to it, just so you know. But of course, it won nonetheless. So that's pretty much it. So do expect me to maybe. I'll try my best not to reference things that happen in the Golden Age arc when we are in the prologue era for now. But it's kind of hard for me to do so because since the Golden Age arc is in the past and we are currently, I am about to read what I am assuming to be the present day, it kind of adds more to context, if that makes sense, even though that's not the intent, right? If you're reading Berserk for the first time with no knowledge whatsoever about the story, you're supposed to, I would assume, you're supposed to be in a mystery, right? You don't know why the world is this way, you don't know why things are happening. And then once you reach the Golden Age arc, that's more of like a, oh, here are the answers, here are the revelations of why this became that and why characters become this and that, you know what I mean? So I am also expecting to meet some characters that I know aside from Guts in this prologue. Like there are like some characters that survive the eclipse and all that stuff. So maybe we're gonna be meeting them, maybe not. But just so you know that I am venturing into Berserk in its beginnings with the context and knowledge of what happened afterwards. Alright, that's enough for the intro. I think I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. Also, I think I am going to, I don't know how this is gonna work, but I feel like I want to change the structure of this reaction series, or more importantly, the reaction series for mangas. So usually it's intro, long manga reaction segment, and then I discuss it at the end. I kind of want to change that a bit. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, or I don't know if you guys are gonna enjoy it, or I don't know if you guys are gonna like it. But I am actually going to put the discussion after this intro, and then I'm going to have the reaction at the end. Why? Because I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like having the discussion in the beginning, kind of like the review, will boost maybe the viewership a bit, or at least the viewer retention, because I am providing the full manga panel and the footage reaction or whatever in the description below. So the footage that you are watching on YouTube will be a mostly censored, I suppose. Like I'm not really showing the full manga in its entirety, so if you are insistent in wanting to watch it on YouTube, then you're gonna have to pull up your own copy of Berserk, whether it be digital or physical, and then sync it up with my own paging, which can be a bit tiresome and bothersome as well. So yeah, because I am providing the version with the manga panels in the description below, I'm pretty sure most of you guys who are watching this will probably click on that instead and not watch like the, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Like you're not gonna watch like the other hour or so of me talking and reading Berserk because there's no footage whatsoever on YouTube. So I think it's kind of better for me to put the discussion in the beginning as well. So that means viewership will most likely be relevant in the first 10 or so minutes, and then it dips down rather than it fully dipping down and then maybe just a bit of a bit of a bump at the end, because I'm pretty sure most people don't really watch the discussions. I mean, I have the YouTube analytics to show me. So yeah, maybe hopefully this works, I guess. Discussion in the beginning and then the reaction at the end. Again, this is only for the manga reactions. Video reactions, episode reactions, movie reaction, whatever, it's gonna remain the same. Reaction first and then discussion later. So hopefully this checks out. Think of this as a Berserk review and discussion with an extra hour-long reaction segment at the end. Like, think of the reaction as a bonus, and this video being a more of a review in the beginning. I don't know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. As I mentioned before, the footage with the manga panels are in the description below. Early access is also available on Patreon. Hopefully by the time this video is up on YouTube, then we should be at least a week or so ahead on Patreon. So if you want to check out my reaction to the next couple of chapters of Berserk, then head on over there, support the channel. And speaking of chapters of Berserk, I'm still not sure how I'm going to segment this reaction series. At first, I thought I want to do it per volume, but now that I'm thinking about it, and especially seeing how like the first volume is split into like different segments that are really long as well, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be doing it like per mini arc, I suppose. Like, I don't think I'm going to be finishing this volume, but I'm going to be finishing like I don't know. I'll see how. You'll see it once you watch the video and know what future me has in store. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction, or at least I guess I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion first and then the reaction. I don't know. This sounds stupid now that I'm thinking about it. And enjoy the video. Okay, Berserk chapters 1 and 2, the Black Swordsman and the Bran. I think this was a pretty good introduction to the world of Berserk, I would say. Again, it's not really my introduction to the world of Berserk, but seeing it as the real and like the actual introduction to the Berserk, like the way it's supposed to be, it's very interesting to see like the direction, or at least the way it all started. Because knowing what happens next with context, it becomes a very different manga, right? It's a very different story. But you kind of get a glimpse of that in the beginning chapters, and I feel like Miura did a pretty solid job in that regard. I don't think these two chapters are incredible per se in terms of like the storytelling and all. Like, it's pretty good, don't get me wrong, like it's really good, but it's not really, again, it's not really blowing me out of the waters story wise, at least. But it does provide some interesting, I guess, I don't know how to describe it. Because again, like it's like, because I already know what happened in the Golden Age arc, I'm reading this as if it's kind of like a sequel for me, because this is a direct continuation of it, or at least time-wise, it is like what happened afterwards. But I don't know, it's really interesting for me to experience this. But yeah, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily the best storytelling that Berserk has to offer. Obviously not. There are better, more incredible moments that are coming soon, maybe later, but like the biggest standout obviously is the art. The art is great. Like, who could have thought? And it's only gonna get better from here, and that's gonna be great. But if we're just gonna go back and talk a bit more about the story itself and the characters of Guts and Puck, it's, I don't know how to describe it yet. It's okay, this is actually harder for me to discuss than I thought it would, because like on one hand, I already love Guts because of what I know. But on the other hand, we're not supposed to know about Guts currently in this manga chapter. Like, all of that is supposed to be a mystery for now. So I can't really fully. I don't know. This is hard. Now that I am actually reading Berserk, I realize how hard it is for me to discuss these beginning chapters on their own without tying it more to the grander story. Because I feel like if let's say I never read or I've never watched the Golden Age arc movies and anime adaptation, and I know nothing about like what happened to Guts before. I don't know what the deal with Griffith, with Casca, with the Band of the Hawk. I don't know much about like the branding and everything, and all of that is just slowly being revealed in this prologue, or at least the branding is. Like, we have no mention of Casca whatsoever. We have no mention of Griffith whatsoever. If I don't know any of that and I'm just reading the prologue of this, I'm not sure. I would probably go, okay, yeah, I understand this is a really highly influential manga, but I feel like we're not getting there yet. We haven't reached that point yet. This isn't the greatness that is Berserk just yet. We're only in the beginning. We're just we're just getting a bit of an appetizer or a tease, right? But I don't really feel that way because I already know the context behind all of it. So, looking at the prologue through the lenses of, of knowing what is actually going on, you kind of get more of the subtleties and more of the hidden underlying messages that is present within these prologues that you wouldn't probably get if you are reading it for the first time without knowing the context of the Golden Age arc, if that makes sense. So, on one hand, on its own, I think it's good, but obviously not great. But because I know why he's acting this way, it's great. Like, this is great. The constant the contrast within Guts' own character, right? The way he emotes, his expressions, his desires, it's all muddled, it's all conflicted. He is conflicted. Puck serves as a great relay to the audience of like, oh yeah, this dude, this Guts dude, yeah, he's feeling a lot of emotions that even I can't fully comprehend, right? So in that regard, Puck serves as the character. Puck serves kind of like not really a narrator, but he is more so as the guide for the audience in terms of understanding Guts' emotions and his feelings a lot more clearer, right? You don't really need Puck to tell you that Guts is feeling a lot of conflict within him. Like, I feel like the images, the visual storytelling, his actions, and all pretty much evokes that conflict, but I guess you kind of want, or at least Miura wanted, for it to be perfectly clear for the audience, for you, the readers, that hey, this is what Guts is feeling and all, right, through the words of Puck. So I can kind of understand where Puck is coming from. But putting that aside, I think Puck's character is really good. I really enjoyed Puck. I really, really enjoyed Puck. I think he was a really good balancer to Guts's like dark and broody character. Like, obviously we know why he's that way, but it's just nice to have that levity of, okay, you have this character that is big, strong, masculine almost, right? Doesn't want to lose, always wants to win. He's brutal, he's powerful, he's strong, he doesn't feel anything, he doesn't want to have friends and all, her. Again, even though we know what is actually really going on, but contrasting that with Puck's own like lively, haha, happy-go-lucky vibe, even though in the beginning we saw him almost getting like killed by these bandits. it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's that dynamic that I usually enjoy when you have two very different people working together as a duo. For now, I'm sure the company is gonna grow more than this, but for now, if we're just only following Puck and Guts' adventure, I am fine with that, and I am on board. You need that levity. You need that that balance, because you don't want it to always be dark and broody. It's almost necessary even for Guts' character, now that I'm thinking about it, because Guts needs someone or something to lighten the mood, because otherwise Guts' character and his journey is only going to be filled with hatred, because that is the only thing he knows, and there's nobody else surrounding him to, to tell him otherwise. That was one of the reasons why Guts, or at least not one of the, is it one of the reasons? Memory is getting a bit fuzzy here, but what I do remember about the Golden Age arc is that when who Guts was before he joined and who he became afterwards is something that is a result of him hanging out with the Band of the Hawks, right? It's him hanging out with Casca, with Griffith, and everybody else, right? It's this camaraderie, this friendship that Guts built, and this trust that he has for all of these people that changed him and turn him into the Guts that I know of, at least until the end of the Golden Age arc, right? And now he is alone again. We're essentially back to square one. The status quo has reverted back into the beginning, but only now the world is more fucked up and more crazy. So it's almost poetic even to see Guts coming back, literally rising back from the dead, right? And being his self again on his own, alone, and then slowly building up this company, this group of adventurers, right? With starting with Puck. I still don't know where Casca is now that I'm thinking about it, because we did kind of left Casca in a, I'm not gonna say it, but like there's a situation there that I kind of want to know more about. Like I feel like we're missing that. Like as someone who is seeing this more like a sequel to the Golden Age arc, I'm like, okay, where's this character and where's that character? Obviously, you can't really show all of them in the beginning because duh, but it does beg the question of like, okay, where are they? So I'm sure we're probably going to meet them again. I'm going to assume once we actually finish the Golden Age arc, because that's when we are caught up with the past, and then we continue back into the present, and that's probably where we're going to be meeting more of these characters. But yeah. Yeah, overall, good first impression of Berserk, honestly. Like, I don't really know what else for me to say. There's a couple of subtle hints and messages within this chapters that alludes to Guts' character and who he is. But because, again, it's kind of sounding like a broken record now, but because I already know what happens, I already know the context, it only kind of makes me appreciate that there are these subtle hints in the first place. But yeah, solid introduction. The art, I don't really need to praise the art any further. Like, it is what it is. It's Miura's art. Like come on, it's good and it's only gonna get better. Like, I don't need to praise it any further. But yeah, solid start to Berserk. Cannot wait to continue more. And honestly, again, like, there's not a lot of things for me to discuss in these two specific arcs, at least from my own first time experiencing this. Obviously, I'm probably gonna get more and more when I reread these manga chapters, or when I rethink about these manga chapters. But for now, they serve mostly as a setup for the main characters, the world itself, and the state of it, and what our main character Guts is trying to do. He's trying to kill the demons, and that is pretty much all we know so far. So, Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction and my discussion. Well, I guess the discussion is in the beginning of the video. Okay, it does feel a bit odd in this first video because I have an intro and then a discussion and then a reaction, but trust me, moving forward, there's not going to be an intro. We're just going to be jumping straight into the discussion, so that would probably flow better. So I guess at this point, enjoy the reaction. Alright, this is as far as I have gone before I made my intro. I'm looking at something that is... What a way to start your manga, by the way. Guts is shagging a girl, and that girl turns into a demon. Kinky. But I am looking at the contents of the manga, so there's the Black Swordsman, and that's gonna last for like 90 pages, and then there's the Brand, and then there's the Guardians of Desire chapter 1. So I feel like I'm probably going to, again, like I'm going to be doing the Black Swordsman and maybe the Brand, and then I'm going to leave the Guardians of Desire as its own video. Like I'll probably do like chapters 1, 2, I mean, I don't know how many chapters it is, but probably. That's the plan. So, anyways. Chapter 1 of Berserk? The Black Swordsman. I don't know. Whatever you see up here is going to be whether or not I choose to title this as chapters or just the titles of the chapters. Alright, let us start with Berserk. With Guts shagging the girl. I don't need to moan. Whoa, oh wow. That's an image, all right. Noticing the prosthetic arms. Great design of the demon, by the way, like. And that's what I'm like really expecting. Like, come on, it's Kentaro Miura, rest in peace, but his art, come on. Having only seen glimpses of it, I am really keen to, I guess, finally fully experience like his artwork and his craftsmanship. Like, this will be exciting. And also, I guess I'll talk about this as well. I was debating on whether or not I want to buy the physical copy or not. Like, you know, those really big Bible-size Berserk volumes. Like, it's hard to find them. And when I do find them, and when it's found, it's like super expensive. And I'm like, oh, I don't really have the money. Or at least I don't want to spare the money that I had currently to buy them. But I really do want them. So maybe you'll see me hold one in the future, but I'll resort to the digital version for now because it's kind of easier for me to record and edit and using it on the screen and all. But yeah, just keep it just so you know, I was planning on getting the physical copy and reading it from the physical copy before this. All right. You fell into my trap, fool. This is your last taste of heaven before I send you to hell, says the demon. Guts grabs it, grabs her head. The only one trapped is you, bitch. You think I'm trapping here with you? No, you're trapping here with me. As he shoves the prosthetic arm onto her mouth. That is a cannon, or some sorts, right? I think I remember seeing Guts with a cannon sword or something. Yep. The mouth is burning. Also, puts on the cape, and off he goes. Very simplistic, actually. It's crazy because I have seen like some examples of Miura's art, and I would assume that they are like from the latest chapters, or before his passing. So it's kind of almost jarring for me to see like the top right page where like you see the castle, but it's like really, really not as highly detailed as you would think. Like it's not that highly detailed. Like it is detailed, but like you don't really see the individual like bricks and everything. Like yeah, it's like off in the distance, but like from the art that I have seen, it's kind of crazy to think that this is where it all started. And simplistic art style aside, or at least less detailed art style aside compared to future chapters, this is still really detailed, by the way. Like those armors, like that what I'm seeing here, mwah. And the fact that it's only gonna get better from here, ooh. So off he goes into the city, kind of seeing a bit of the cityscape and like of what the city is, right? Of like some of these just small little world buildings and all. Guts walks past what I am assuming to be a carriage full of slaves or children that will be sent to labor, I would assume. But it is interesting to see like Guts' reaction already. I mean again, like knowing the context of like what happened before, I do feel that sense of sadness from Guts because in a way he is the same as them, right? He is trapped. Okay, we're going into a tavern? Damn, oh, you missed. Oh. I think I've seen pictures of this character before. Stop squirming around, how I'm supposed to hit you? I feel sorry for that elf. There's nothing we can do about it. Not even the Lord Mayor can lay a hand on the men on Koka Castle. Best not to get involved. Guts comes in. Hey, here comes the next one. Still. Awful. And of course, I don't know what this is. Creature, elf? No. Pixie? I'm not sure. But the fact that it is being tied on a rope. I'm gonna mess your shop a bit. I love that. Guts comes in, looks at all of the discrimination at play, and then he says, I'm gonna mess your shop a bit. I like that. The barkeep's like, Interesting. Guts pulls up a crossbow of sorts. Bring it on, fathead! Why don't you untie me? I don't know what voice that I'm doing for this character. I'll gnaw right through your arteries. I'm gonna stuff those words right back on your throat. Now stop wiggling. No. It's almost kind of jarring to see this. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting Berserk to have this kind of lighthearted moments, and then the guy just got immediately shot through the head from a crossbow. Igor! Bastard! Who the hell? And they're all dead. Oh yeah. Got hit by the nose as well, that poor dude. Oh, and Guts is gonna take it out. Oh. Nope, just hammering it in further. That's gotta hurt. You're one of the thugs from Koka Castle, aren't you? Answer me. Yes, yes, sir. All right, then I suppose you can deliver a message to your boss for me. Oh, what message? The Black Swordsman has come. That is all. The, the Black Swordsman. Behind you! Shing! Yep, that's the iconic sword. Holy Mother of God. Yeah, that's. I love the use of Guts's like cape, just pure black. Like there's no detail at all. Like just the silhouette of it, kind of acting like a contrast between that and the blood splatter of the dude. Kind of like it's pretty good. It's great shot composition. Like it's balanced. The dude flings and falls. It was much too big to be called a sword. Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. Indeed, it was like a heap of raw iron. Counting on you. Um, excuse me. Hey, wait a second. Don't leave me here. Aw, man. Hey, wait up. Listen, if you're gonna save someone, you don't just leave them tied up like that. You're supposed to follow it through to the end, you know? Say, that's quite a sword you got there. Or should I call it a slab? Giving him the silent treatment. Oh yeah, I'm Puck. Nice to meet you. Oh yeah, Puck. I kind of remember that name, actually. I feel like I've heard of that name before. You see, I was in a troupe of traveling performers, but we were attacked by those bums. Since then, I've been locked up in a mina bird's cage and soaked in a wine bottle. It's a wonder I'm still alive, that's for sure. The town was also attacked a number of times, but the Lord Mayor made a deal with the thugs. In exchange for tribute, they promised that they'd leave the town free and there'd be no more raids. But after this, I guess they'll start attacking again. Guts. Again, the silent treatment. Oh, look at the sadness in his eyes, man. You know, if I were you, I'd get out of town fast. I mean, if they catch you, they'll cut you to pieces. And it's not just the thugs either. Now that the Lord Mayor has a pact with them, even the town guards will... Did Guts... I'm sure Guts didn't mean to slap Puck's ass. Is Puck a boy or a girl? I'm not sure of the gender. But I'm sure Guts didn't mean to slap his ass. But ow, that hurt. What'd you do that for? Don't touch me. I'll squash you. Well, what is with you? A person shows you a little concern and you respond with that stuck-up attitude of yours? And here comes the guards. See? I told ya. Well, gotta go. Whoa. Ooh. Is this supposed to be Guts being tortured? Oh, yeah. You're a stubborn bastard, you know that. Ain't you even gonna make a little noise? Huh? Spits on his face. You bastard. Stop! Is that the Lord Mayor? That's enough for now. My lord, that stockpile of weapons, it belongs to this man? Yes, Lord Mayor. Enough weapons to start his own war. Crazy bastard. You. Are you a mercenary? A complete stranger to these parts? You've done a terrible thing. Do you have any idea what you've done? Because you murdered those men, this town may very well be destroyed. Are you telling me that those gods standing there are scarecrows? What? Enough! You have no idea how horrible he is. The ruler of those men. Alright. The Lord Mayor isn't necessarily the ruler of these parts, right? It's kind of like just in the name, right? It's just a title. He's not really the leader. Now that I'm sensing it. Whoa, that's a design. Is that supposed? That's a helmet, right? That's not supposed to be like its actual face. But that's a fucking sick ass armor, dude. Like the snake, the cobra helmet. Just that is menacing. That is menacing and that is cool. That thing is beyond human. It's something horrible and incomprehensible, a creature from the very depths of the pit. No one can kill him. At least, not anyone human. I see. So that's why you made your deal. Your dirty deal with him. How could you understand? A wandering vagrant like yourself. I understand. I know all about it. How he's a monster that eats human flesh. I know it very well. And I know that you continue to provide him with his meals. I passed them at the gates of the city. A prison wagon full of women and children. Cool. Love that we are tying that in. I am the mayor. It is my duty to protect this town. Protect this town. Don't you mean protect yourself? You... My lord. God smiling. Do it. Torture him as much as you like. I don't care. But don't kill him. We still have to hand him over to Coca Castle. Alive. Prepare my carriage immediately. I'd best go to Coca Castle myself and beg for forgiveness. Forgiveness? Really? Forgiveness. I have a feeling that the Lord Mayor is not going to be alive anytime soon. The Black Swordsman, you say? Yes, Baron. His sword was so big it towered over him, and he split Dean in half with one stroke. He dressed all in black and had a false arm made of iron, a real shady-looking guy. Could it be him? My lord, what is it? That wretch, the mayor, is waiting at the castle gate. He requests an audience with you about the recent incident. I see. Ooh. Great shot. Like the sheer distance between them. And the emptiness of like the whole table. It's been a while, Mayor. How good of you to come. Your lordship, I have come to ask for your forgiveness for this recent transgression. This was the act of a vagrant who is unfamiliar with our ways. There is no connection to any of the townsfolk. I'll give you double the amount of prisoners and gold from now on, so please. You look troubled. Huh? Unlike before, You're now worried about losing your own life, aren't you? Aren't you, Maya? That is disgusting. Gold. Prisoners, I don't care about such things. All I wish to see are humans within a fiery apocalypse trying to escape. All I wish to hear is the sound of snapping bones crushed under the hooves of horses. I don't even need an excuse. None at all. Creepy design. There we go. What are you doing? Let go of me! Let me go! My lord! My lord! Bye-bye. Cool. Okay, that's really cool. Classic, but really cool. Having the giant head looming above the castle. I wonder if I think this is going to be the case, right? The Baron or whatever. His true form is going to be that's a snake demon or some sorts. Like, I feel like that's gonna be the case, you know what I mean? Like, we saw the girl who transformed into a demon in the beginning when Guts was shagging her. And I feel like the Baron is also going to be the case. Again, like, he is being fed humans. He is inhuman. He is almost incomprehensible, like they said. But meanwhile, Guts being thrown into the dungeon. Where am I? Damn, I can't move. Ugh. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You again. Interesting. I'm trying to remember if I have seen that in like the Golden Age arc movies, but it's not ringing a bell because Guts clearly has met or seen this thing before, or has an encounter with it before. Get away from me! Get away from me! Puck comes in with the key. That's kind of funny, but Puck is drowning in a puddle of water that is like maybe like an inch or so. I don't know how deep that is, but it's fairly shallow. What's with that all of a sudden? You scared the hell out of me. You from the tavern. Hey, this water's kind of yellow. Don't tell me it's... Ah. Okay. It was a vision. That makes more sense now. Have a nightmare? Wow. They really worked you over, didn't they? Well, rest assured, I gave that egghead guard a little something to sleep on. Did you know, Puck? Wow, everywhere I look, you're covered in wounds. I told you, you should have listened to my advice. What did you come here for? To repay my debt. We elves have a strong sense of duty. Elves, alright? Now let's see. Don't touch me! Don't you ever touch me. The hell? I ain't gonna do anything bad to you. Look at yourself. You're in no position to give me that kind of attitude. Now be quiet and let me handle it. Stop! Magical elf healing powers? Pain. It's disappearing. We elves got all sorts of powers. We can heal wounds, we can sense people's emotions, we can even make people happy. Or at least That's what our troop leader said before he got his head cut off by bandits. Make people happy. I feel like Guts kind of needed that. Say, what's your name? Guts. And this is the first time that we got his name. What'd you come to this town anyhow? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Hey, what is that? That thing. This thing on your neck that looks like a crest or something? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. What did I do this time? Bran. It's the Bran. Huh? The Bran? What's that? What does it mean? Why? How did it happen? Who did it to you? Huh? Give me all of the answers now. But of course, this panel of Guts is interesting. On the left side page, where we're only seeing like half of his face, or at least half of his eye. I don't know, like it's like almost a bit. I don't know how to describe it, but like I mean, I know what it means, obviously, from like the Golden Age arc. So I know that it's, you know, it's definitely something that Guts feels like depressed, saddened about. Like it's a very emotional state, and it's also like a curse for Guts because he's going to remember that throughout, you know, forever, and he's gonna get. I'm not gonna get into the, you know, the more details about it, but it's the face kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like almost, it's like, on one hand, yeah, I know that deep down it's very emotional for Guts, but on the other hand, his facial expression kind of gives off the vibe that he's not enjoying it, but I don't know how to describe it. It's that his mouth feels like there's a bit of a smirk in it. It's kind of like he, it's like a curse, but at the same time, it feels like something that he likes doing, if that makes sense. Like killing demons and all, like taking out his revenge, his vengeance, his anger. But of course, I kind of know better than that, because obviously that's, you know, the point of it isn't for Gus to feel happy about it. It's supposed to be a curse. It's supposed for him to feel sad. So it's like, on one hand, it's, I don't know. It's hard for me to fully explain this, but yeah, it's like on one side it's a curse, but on the other side it's like the very thing that Guts wants vengeance upon, and the brand is kind of like a reminder. I don't know. Again, like, I'm only basing this off of the first chapter that I'm currently reading and the stuff that I know about the Golden Age arc. What I can predict is that in the future, the message will obviously going to be about, again, finding happiness, and I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna let the story continue. Don't you can explain further in the comment section, obviously, but like, don't further explain it, if that makes sense. Like keep it. I want to interpret Berserk my own way first before I venture into the comment section or other people's videos and make my and see their perception of it. Because sometimes I'm enjoying a show or a movie or a manga, and I'm reading it and I'm interpreting it in my own way, and I enjoyed my interpretation, and then people come in and say, no, you're wrong, and I'm like, the answer that you guys gave isn't really, I didn't really like it as much, if that makes sense. So, anyways. You talk too much. I don't know, I feel like that's funny. That's funny. That's kind of funny. Guts knew that I was talking a bit too much there as well. You talk too much, you know that. You'll find out soon enough. See, he is smiling. Pretty soon, he'll come here to kill me. As well as burn this whole town to the ground. Oh. Does that mean it's those guys from Coca Castle? You. You mean you're planning to drag the townspeople into all of this? I don't care. All I want to do is find that bastard and kill him. I don't care about anything else. Really, Guts. Really. Anyone who dies because they get caught up in someone else's fight is a small fry who doesn't have the strength to survive in the first place. His emotions are pouring into me. My chest is burning. If someone can't live their life the way they please, they might as well die. Is it rage? No, it's not just that. It's rage, sadness, and fear. It's all mixed together. So dark, and there's something even deeper than that. In that case, what about when you save me? Guts laughs it off. Idiot. Who do you think you are? Why would anyone save you? To think I'd risk my life for a little bug? I kind of like this dynamic already. I kind of like this dynamic. Guts and Puck. Kind of like, you know, there's a balance to this. I love this. Like, I love how Puck obviously gets insulted by this, calling him a bug. Hits his Guts right in the chin. Yow! What are you doing, you little? Of course, Puck cries, tears of emotions, especially after the fact that Puck like tried you know their best to save Guts in the situation, right? Puck got he got the keys and all. But I like this dynamic. I'm hoping that they're gonna be a team. I really do. It's this is the thing that wasn't in the Golden Age arc, that's for sure. Like this dynamic, I guess. But like, I mean, in the Golden Age arc, I mean, without talking too much about it, but like from what I remember, obviously, like it's more so about like Guts and the Band of the Hawk, right? But Guts was always kind of like at least from like the films and bits of the anime episodes that I've seen, Guts gave off this character that is unsure of who he is. He's just following Griffith, Casca, and everybody else along the way, you know what I mean? Like, it's a long journey for Guts to be his own person. Hey, wait! Where do you think you're going? Damn, what was that all about? These the keys. Hmm. Okay. The brand is getting close. That I know for sure. Because the closer he is to a demon, the brand does that. I think. I've been waiting for you as he licks his blood. Guts is very extra in this prologue. It's kind of crazy to think about that. Like this Guts is not the Guts that I know. But it's even more crazy because this is the Guts after the Guts that I know. And the town is burned. Horrible. Whoa. That's cool. That is cool. And terrifying, and also love the armor. Like honestly, I really do. And the crazy part is, like I said, it's only gonna get better from here. The art style, I mean. Trampling over the dead people. There's the Baron. Of course, of course. Ah, yes. The dismembered body of a child as he drinks his blood. That's not human. Charge! Burn everything to the ground. And guts appear from the bodies of the dead. Ooh! Yep. Oh, that is sick. That is sick. Whoa! Under the corpses. Guts! Shoots the crossbow. Hits everybody right in their weak points. That is insane. Precisions. One-man army. What the hell kind of crossbow is that? Bro, that horse! No way! Guts! Jeez! Oh, that is... Okay. He's so strong! That he is. Oh, and here comes the Baron. I kept wanting to say the Cobra, but then I remember that's not really his name. That's like, he is the Baron. Love this shot, by the way. This really wide shot of Guts and the Baron just feet away. So, you're the Black Swordsman, the one who's been hunting us apostles. Ooh. Okay, apostles. Interesting. I don't know what you hope to accomplish, but to think that a mere mortal can oppose us. I'm trying to give him a bit of a hissy, snaky voice without really sounding like a snake. Like if I were going the extra mile, I would go, I don't think you hope to accomplish, but to think that a mere mortal can oppose us. I don't know. You guys like the voices? I'm not sure. I'm just having fun. It's pure folly. Guts tries to shoot. Hits him in the eye. My lord. But obviously he stands up. Of course, he's inhuman. Man, that okay, that crossbow packs a punch. Like really packs a punch. Like seriously though. Like that is a dude in armor. And that's a crossbow. A repeating crossbow, yeah, but like the firepower to not only hit your target, but also pierce their armor and fling them away is insane. I love that. I always know Guts through his sword, so to see Guts, with this sort of heavy equipment is kind of cool. Like, it's a really cool design of having your main character have, like, different, gadgets and gizmos and whatever as their source of weapons. Like, it's really cool. I love how the men are just, like, watching Guts because, like, well, dude, if this dude was able to, like, fight the Baron, like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna be in my horse. I'm just gonna watch it all play out. And speaking of snakes, it's futile. No matter how many bolts you shoot at me, a mere human like you can't possibly kill me. Not entirely a snake, but even worse, a snake with arms and legs. Oh, and that face inside of its mouth is terrifying. I am going to eat you. All of the men are afraid. I am going to eat you alive, boy. It's a monster! And everybody runs away. Pug. What is this? What is this drawing a pug? It's so I love it. The stark contrast between, like, this really highly detailed art of the Baron and then just Puck, really simplistic, like almost no shading at all. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Come on, Guts. Look up! Up! What the hell are you doing? Guts! Oh, I got hit in the head as well. Oh. This is sick, though. This is cool. Most humans who have had their organs crushed by the first blow and be quite dead by now. Oh, still breathing, are we? But it all ends here. Ouch. Ouch. Weak. How pathetic humans are. You humans are nothing more than food. Nothing but morsels. Morsels? Morsels. Nothing but morsels to fill our stomach. You should learn to act like food, and you fell right into his trap. Of course, of course. I mean, he was doing it before, so might as well do it again. It is his signature move. Fist right up the ass, the mouth. That is sick. That is sick. The hand cannon is fucking sick. That little smile from him as he grips the fuse and rips it off. Oh yeah. As he falls, he grabs his sword, swings it. Oh look, you can see its actual guts spilling out. That's cool. These panels. Man, oh man. Guts! He smiles. Ew, it's still alive. I feel sick. Hey! Don't die on me yet. Stop, please, please. Torturing him, as he should. Didn't you say it doesn't matter how... Oh, sorry, that's Guts. Didn't you say it doesn't matter how many bullets I shoot at you? Must be rough. Being unkillable and all. Oh, this... Ooh, this image of Guts, though. Again, the one-sided view of Guts. I mean, oh my god, duh. It took me this long to I forgot about that. See, I remember things from the Golden Age arc. I don't remember all of them. I completely forgot that Guts lost his eye. Like you said, humans are weak. We die easily. But no matter how weak we are, even if we're being chopped to bits or stabbed to death, we still want to live. I'm gonna give you a little taste of what it's like. Stop! Stop! As he writhes in pain, and Guts smiling in joy, and Puck being absolutely disgusted. Puck is probably like looking at or reading Guts' like thoughts and emotion and feeling absolutely terrified of what is probably in Guts' head right now. This image of Guts it's great. It's beautiful, by the way. Like how do you capture that? How do you capture Guts' full range of emotions in that panel? Like you can feel his anguish, his sadness, his despair, but also his, I guess, lack of, not lack of, it's acceptance. His acceptance of the fact that this is who he is, and this is the world, and this is his role in this world. Like, yeah. Fuck me, am I right? I can't die. I have to stay in this shitty place. And I have to deal with you. Who are you? That mark. It's the brand of sacrifice. You are the God Hand. Where are the 5 members of the God Hand? That is. I don't know where they are. It's not for apostles such as I to know. I'm telling you the truth. Take your time and savor it, as your body is slowly burned to ashes. Fucking Guts is literally doing the I'm gonna walk away from the fire. That's literally what he's doing. It's again like it's crazy to think of this is the introduction to Guts' character in Berserk, because knowing what happens in the future of like the manga, as in like the Golden Age arc, for example, even though it's set in the past, but like knowing the story of the Golden Age arc and how much it is a stark contrast to this. Like the Guts, again, like I said, the Guts that I know from the Golden Age arc isn't this, but this is a continuation of that Guts. So it's crazy how we went from there to here, right? And it's going to be even more crazy to go from here to the future of the story, right? And where that is going to lead us. Wait, please. I don't want to die. Wait. Help me. And poor Puck as well. I'm also in. I wonder if Puck isn't just... I wonder if Puck is also, like, reading the minds of the Baron as well? Like, the emotions, the anguish of the Baron? Or I think it would be even more impactful if the reactions that I'm seeing of Puck right now is just from Guts alone. Like, just how conflicted Guts' emotions are in this. I wonder if Guts is holding his heart here in this panel, or if he's just doing something else. It kind of feels like he is, again, like gesturing, as in like this, like he is like holding his heart, as if saying that, all right, calm down, let's move on, let's move on to the next victim. Come on. Like, killing the Baron would almost be as painful as, well, let's just continue on. He said it. He said the thing. He said the thing. Berserk. Huh. That was... What a way to actually introduce the story of Berserk and then end the first chapter with Puck saying, Berserk. And that is the end of the Black Swordsman arc. Or not arc, but like the chapter called the Black Swordsman. I know the prologue is overall called the Black Swordsman arc. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna take a... I'm gonna take a bit of a break and then we'll continue on with the next chapter of this volume. Alright, continuing with the next chapter called The Brand, and I feel like that's going to be where I'm going to end this video. So I'm gonna be reading The Brand and then that's gonna be it, and then I'll continue with the next chapter with the next video. So let's continue. You cannot escape us. You cannot escape. Spirits, ghosts, more nightmares. Puck riding a bird. Thanks, mister. That's funny. I was sure he was going in this direction. How could I lose him if this is the only path? Oh well, maybe wolves ate him or something. What? And off he falls. As Guts rests on the tree, I suppose? Guts! You again. Hey, how you doing? What happened to you? Did wolves attack you? Oh, those wounds from before are creeping up again, huh? For some reason, every time we meet, you're all torn up. Want me to heal you again? As he pesters Guts around. Yeah, Guts grabs him. Hey, bug. What are you doing here? The name's Puck. Try not to forget it. Well, the thing is, it's interesting. All this monsters. I love how Puck is just like... It is a stark contrast from like Guts is like, oh, dark and broody, sadness. And then Puck is like, cheer up, old pal. Everything's gonna be fine. you kind of need that. You kind of need that balance of like, when you have like the really dark and brood character, obviously for obvious reasons with Guts, you also kind of need that levity, just a bit. Now, I will say that I was kind of worried that Puck may annoy me a bit just because of how different the tone is between like the dark and serious world of Berserk and also like the very light-hearted comedic aspect of Puck. But so far, I am enjoying Puck a lot. Like the change in art style doesn't bother me as much as other animes do. Like there are other animes where they completely changed the art style and kind of bothered me because it's clear that they changed the art style just to, make the comedy more hitting and it just made it worse for me. So far with Berserk, I'm fine with this. Like I'm okay with this. Like I'm okay. I enjoy this dynamic between them. But anyways, moving on. Let us continue. As Puck touches Guts' nose, it's interesting. All this monster stuff, it's the kind of thing you only hear about in myths or epic poems, but you're it, the real deal. Is this more of that elephant sense of duty? Nah. I figured if I hung around you, I'd get to see all sorts of neat things. Throws them in the puddle. Whoa, what'd you do that for? Sorry, but I'm in no mood to keep any pets. Who said I wanted to be your pet? And one more thing. I don't like elves, and I don't like you. Racist? I'm joking. Joking. Joke, Dayo. Joke. But why? Because you're weak. And there it is. There it is. It pisses me off when I see weaklings. I feel like I want to crush them. But we know, at least I know why he's saying this, right? I know the context behind this. Like, obviously he doesn't like being weak because he feels that he was weak, right? He was weak. He was unable to save his friends and all. Like, ah, I do wonder how it feels like because again, like if you are reading this for the first time without the context of like what or who Guts is, it does come off as a character that is very masculine. There are some hints that there is some fragility beneath the mask, right? As Puck is like the character that relays that information to the audience, like, oh, I feel, sadness, anger, and all sorts of emotions being mixed up in him, right? But we don't know why he feels that way, right? So that still comes off as, this person who is, who doesn't like the weak, or he's like somebody who loves killing people and all, like, very different vibe and a very different character to who Guts truly is. And this is almost very common where I would even say that Guts is putting up a tough guy act in this, right? Because of, again, because of what happens before, and because I know what happened before, it does come off as Guts trying to be, tougher than he is because he finds or he thinks that he is weak because he failed to, to save his friends and all. But let us continue for a bit. They can't do a thing on their own. All they ever do is talk and buzz around people like flies. It makes me want to squash them. And off he goes. You bastard! Come on, Puck, follow him. You know you're gonna follow him. We know you're gonna follow him. A storm comes. man, the mood, the atmosphere is really good. Like it's something that is like because we're working in black and white, it does pop off just a bit more, like the dark, broody nature of the world of Berserk, but also because of how Guts' like cape is just almost full on black, so like it stands out more. It's great, like great. The tone, the color tones. I mean, like the black and white, the half tones and all. Just it's great. Need a ride? The rain's pretty heavy. Nope. Leave me be. It's no trouble. There's more than enough room for another person here. Sorry, I'm no good with priests. Better than catching a cold, though, yes? I'm telling you. Telling you this for your own good. I'm being pursued by evil spirits. A legion of them. What is Puck doing? That's quite an affliction. But don't worry, my friend, I have God on my side, not to mention a lucky spirit. Spirit? Oh. Oh! Goddamn Puck. Come on, get on, get on. Well, why not? What do I care if something happens to them? What? I was here first, so you got no right to complain this time. Look. Have some if you'd like. It's homemade wine. It'll warm you up. Oh, me too, me too. Ah. Puck's comedic timing is impeccable. Those awful wounds. What happened? Like I said, evil spirits are after me. That can't be true, can it? Hey, hey, don't frighten my daughter too much. By the way, is that some sort of sword? I love how people are commentating on it like, yo, that's a sword. Okay, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. Nah. It's just for my cooking. It looks like you could cut a horse in half with that thing. Why not just open up a roadside grill? You can earn a better living that way, you bum. Yo, the Puck abuse. Come on, man. By the looks of it, you appear to be a mercenary. Is that what you are? Well, something like that. I don't have much respect for that profession. Killing other people for a living. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That's why I don't like priests. Please don't say that. My nephew also chose to live by the sword and left home as soon as he could. 5 years ago, he lost his life on a battlefield, just some lowly soldier with no name. If he were alive today, he'd probably have his own family by now. He could have enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. How foolish of him. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I love that. I love that. We're opening up a bit more to Guts' character. He died doing what he wanted, no matter what, right? I bet he was happy. Of course, once you die, that's it. Nothing comes after that. Nothing at all. Well, I'm gonna try to get a little sleep now. puts a blanket on him. You could catch a cold. No response. Just a look at her and sleeps. What are you looking at me? Can't help but smile. Oh. Okay, interesting. I love this. I love this panel right here. The drop seeping in from the wagon and then transitions into an eye. And then transitions into this, I would assume to be a dream. But holy shit, this visual though. Like, again, like the metaphor of like, yeah, you cannot escape it. They're always watching you no matter what. Like, there's no escape. Like, there's only one path ahead. You cannot change your path. You cannot change your destiny. That's what I'm getting at through this dream. The monster in his shadow. You cannot run from us. You cannot run. And there's the thing again. Yeah. Change into something else. Oh. Oh, that's a real thing in the real world. Okay. What is that thing? It's an incubus. They're evil spirits that give people nightmares and feed off their fear. Damn, they won't even give me time to sleep. Evil spirits? You mean what you said before was true? You're saying you believe in God, but not in evil spirits? Why? Why did it come after you? Because of this. This thing summons them. The brand does? And it's bleeding. They're close. Oh, he has to. Oh, these people are gonna die. The priest and the daughter. They were setting up death flags when Guts said that. What does it matter if they die? Like I don't care. You know, like we know that you do care, Guts. What the? Stay inside. Incubi are born of the mixed blood and sexual fluids of those who died filled with hatred and malice, which means that somewhere around here there must be some corpses of bandits or the like who died violently. Corpses that the demons will possess and use to attack. Shit. The horses run away. She tries to stop it. Guts is telling her, "Stupid girl, don't get out of the carriage." Impaled. And now the dead arises. Looks like this must have been some old battlefield, he says. He looks at Colette's body. Oh, again, that emotion in his face. Anger. And his desire to destroy them all. It's no use, you can't kill something that's already dead. You gotta get out of here. If you wanna go, go by yourself. But why? It's pointless, there's too many, you're gonna get killed. Comes with the territory. Huh? Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the way Miura paints or draws Guts, like the way Guts is being portrayed during these bloodlust moments, right? Where you feel like Guts is a monster. Because it's like the two sides of him, right? Is this because it's like if you don't know who Guts is and then you see this, then all you can see is the monster. And this is the thing that we are trying to uncover. This is the thing that we are trying to open. Beautiful, beautiful. They just keep on coming. Wow. It doesn't matter if his opponents are living or dead. What happened, old man? I'm gonna guess that Colette got possessed and she killed her father. I am correct. And I hate that. Fuck. Oh. It's the fact that with all of these other demons, creatures, or whatever, like these ones look like skeletons, right? They are already dead. We don't have no attachment to them at all. Guts has no attachment to them at all. Killing them is easy. It doesn't really matter much. But now he's looking at Colette, who still looks like Colette, a person who put the blanket on Guts so he can sleep well. But Guts also knows that that is no longer Colette. Colette has already died. She's gone. This is not Colette. I'm more curious to see Puck's reaction to this rather than Guts's, because I'm pretty sure Guts is going to kill her regardless. He did. He did. Slice her in half. But this, though, that hesitation, again, that feeling of inability to kill a person who was alive like a few minutes ago and was taking care of you. The fact that he's vomiting here. Yeah. It's almost as if he snapped back into reality. Like the human side of him just got back. Like he was a monster before, right? He was switching to monster mode or whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna call it that for now, where Berserk mode, let's just put it that way. He switched to Berserk mode and killed all of his enemies, right? Again, like what I said before of how Miura portrays Guts in that situation, right? All black and dark, kind of menacing, kind of like a monster. But then that moment hits. Oh, interesting. I love it. I love it. Gets his resolve again. He yells. What a shot. And again, back to the Berserk mode. Oh man, these details are really good. Are really good. And again, it's only gonna get better from here, huh? Ooh. Ooh, what a shot there. The clouds split, the sun shines over. Puck is crying. I love that. I love this. I love this. Because Puck is just reading his mind again, right? His emotions. And you cannot help but feel nothing but sadness. Beautiful shot of Guts there, just holding on to his sword. I guess it's all over. It wasn't your fault. As they look at Colette's body. And then he laughs. Coping mechanism. I see. Laugh it off. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. Like I said, anyone who gets killed because they got caught up in someone else's fight is a small fry. If they can't live their life freely, they're better off dead. Those who didn't have the strength to protect themselves from a walking disaster like me, that's all there is to it. If you're always worried about crushing the ants beneath you, you won't be able to walk. Oh. It's useless. You cannot run from us. Wherever you go, we will find you. We are always watching you. We are always watching you. You belong to me. You are ours. Your blood, your flesh, your bones. your ears, your eyes, and your heart. We want your heart. Oops. So long as you have that brand, shut up. Yes, so long as you have that brand, you cannot run from us. Wherever you are, you belong to us. Your anger, your sadness, your pain, shut up. Even your fear, all of them belongs to us. He screams, shut up! Shoots in the air. And walks away. Guts. This is the world Guts lives in. And off he goes again. And that is the end of the brand. I could end it there if I want to. The next part is the Guardians of Desire. Okay, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. I think I'm gonna end it there, and then we're gonna continue on with the Guardians of Desire, and we'll see how long that is gonna take us. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my reaction to the first two chapters of Berserk, I guess, the Black Swordsman and the Brand. I'll have more to say in the discussion portion, so watch that if you want to. But overall, great first experience with Berserk, I would say. I guess my experience with Berserk is a bit, my perspective of it is definitely not one of, it's not the perspective that you want to be in when you're first reading Berserk. Again, because I already know what happens in the Golden Age arc, because I know like some of the context behind Guts' character, so it does enhance my experience more, I would say, because knowing the context behind all of it kind of paints Guts in a very different way than, let's say, if I've never read the Golden Age or if I never knew what happened in the Golden Age arc before. So my feelings and my perception of his character may be vastly different if I were to read this for the first time without knowing anything at all. And I think because I know what happened to Guts, kind of enhances my enjoyment and my appreciation to this character a lot more. And it also kind of makes me appreciate Miura's storytelling of, because this is the beginning of the story, because this is where we first see Guts, it's crazy to think that Miura probably already had it planned out before, so that if you go back to these chapters after the Golden Age arc, it would feel completely different on a reread. Interesting. Alright, that's pretty much it for my reaction to Berserk. So, catch you all next time in the next video. Take care, have a nice day. Peace.